I showed how chickens can see the letter A printed on paper, and also how they seem to still be able to recognize the letter A even if it's turned upside down. So now that I know they can see the letters on paper, I can make some observations about their visual abilities by changing the size of the letters. This is a really easy test to set up. All I have to do is make the changes on my computer and then print the letters out on paper. For this test, I used Dubai Medium Bold again. In part 4, I used 120 point font, and for these tests, I used 100, 80, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 15, and 12 point font. This chicken is choosing 100 point font letter A, and she did really well at this, and so did the other 5 chickens. They all seemed to do just as well as they did for the 120, so there didn't seem to be any difference that I could see between the 100 and the 120. And when they switched down to 80 point font, they seemed to do just as well as with the 100 point font. I couldn't see any difference between the two. All the chickens did fine at it. The chickens seem to be starting to have a little bit more difficulty with the 50 point letters. This chicken here missed them entirely on the first try, but then after the second try she was just fine. It seemed also to me that maybe they were slowing down to take a careful look a bit more frequently than they did for the larger sizes. And the 40 point font seemed very similar to the 50 point font. Some of them missing it on the first try, and some of them slowing down a bit more to take a close look before they made their choices. The 20 point font was similar in the results, although the number they got correct maybe went down a little bit. Here's chicken 2 doing the 20 point letters. She also is stopping sometimes to have a closer look. A bit more than they used to with the bigger ones. It was really when we got down to the 15 point size that the success rate dropped noticeably. All the results in the videos are from the chicken's first exposure to the smaller letters, so possibly with a bit more time, it might improve, but on the first try, the chickens dropped from averaging around 75% to 63% when I checked the 6 chickens over 63 tries. The change to the 12 point letter size resulted in a bigger drop in accuracy. They had a hard time finding the letters at a distance, and then when they did find them, the percentage rate went down. It went down to around 55%. It seemed they were at or close to the point where they couldn't tell them apart anymore. But some chickens would stop and take a really close look and then get it right, and this made me wonder that maybe with a bit more practice or a change in the design of the test, maybe the results would improve. Here there's a chicken that seems as if she's stopping to take a look, and then she gets it right, as if she was able to tell the tiny letters apart.